2022.
It is now time for us to present to you WEFM's Midday News, coming to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Win a living room makeover with Quartz Ready Cash. One lucky winner will get a chance to win a living room makeover with any cash loan. No security required and affordable monthly payments. It's quick, easy, and hassle-free. Visit one of our locations for more information about getting your Ready Cash loan today. This month, it's all about you with Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Dianna Cain. In local news, a book covering the persecution of the spiritual Baptists here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as well as the wider Caribbean, is set to be launched later today, Friday, October 18th. The book, titled Against Toleration, Britain's Persecution of the Spiritual Baptists, is written by historian Claudius K. Fergus, who, in an interview with WEFM News, said he was compelled to write it as the persecution of the spiritual Baptists went against the grain of British constitutionalism. Mr. Fergus said this sparked his curiosity as to why something of this nature was sanctioned by the British government in the first place. We hear more from historian and author Claudius K. Fergus.
The research covers St. Vincent. About half of the content might be on St. Vincent, on Trinidad and Tobago, and also on Grenada, as the three colonies, as they were then known, were the three colonies that were under persecution, where the Baptists were under persecution. We can say from 1912, beginning with St. Vincent, then 1917, Trinidad and Tobago, and then from 1927, the Baptists were prohibited in Grenada. And this is a topic that attracted me because it was one that seemed to go against the grain of British constitutionalism, with which I was a bit familiar. I'm not an expert, but I was familiar with the British Constitution in terms of the rights of conscience. And this prohibition was a gross violation of that constitutional right to conscience. And my interest was in finding out why it managed to get the sanction of the British government, knowing that it was a violation of the British Constitution.
That was historian and author Claudius K. Fergus. Against Toleration, Britain's Persecution of the Spiritual Baptists, will be launched at 4:30 p.m. today at the Curator's Lodge of the Botanical Gardens. The Department of Culture in the Ministry of Tourism, Civil Aviation, Sustainable Development and Culture will be hosting a training workshop and masterclass. The first training session, a 6-point development workshop, will take place this Saturday, 19th of October at the Peace Memorial Hall from 1 to 4:30 p.m. The workshop will be held under the theme Performance and Stage Management, Theatre Fundamentals, and will be facilitated by Ezra Ford and Lafayette Johnson. Additionally, the department will be hosting a masterclass on Wednesday, October 23rd from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with David Darky Williams as the featured speaker. Mr. Williams is a renowned Vincentian theatre icon, nation builder, award-winning playwright, actor, and accomplished director with over 50 years of experience in the theatre. The masterclass will be held under the theme, Are We a People Too? Performance elements, dialogue and voice, movement, acting, dramatic focus. Persons wishing to register can contact the department at 451-2180 or culturesvg@gmail.com. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has issued a warning to the public about a potential scam involving a Facebook account using the name Jasmine Bullock. Police say reports indicate that this account is contacting individuals, sending deceptive images, and requesting explicit content in return. Those who share personal images are then subjected to blackmail and demands for large sums of money. The police cautions the public that if they have been approached by this account or experienced similar suspicious activity, to please refrain from further communication and to contact the police immediately. Police further urge persons to stay safe online images with strangers, being cautious when interacting with unfamiliar profiles, and reporting suspicious accounts or activities to the police. In news of the region, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, through its Ministry of Agriculture, has distributed thousands of banana and plantain suckers to local farmers and gardeners as part of its efforts to reduce the Federation's high food importation. Approximately 13,000 banana suckers and between 12,000 to 15,000 plantain suckers were distributed during the event, which was held as part of the activities for the week-long observance of World Food Day. Head of Crops Program within the Ministry of Agriculture, Ian Chapman, said that the drive will play a critical role in boosting local food production and reducing the country's dependency on imported produce, as both products have high import rates. This distribution drive was the second to occur this year, as the ministry distributed about 26,000 suckers to farmers across St. Kitts in July. Carriacou has received 15 of 27 prefabricated houses sponsored by the Trinidad-based volunteer organization Hands That Serve. The Ministry of Carriacou and the Petty Martinique Affairs said the houses are part of housing support in the rebuilding process following the passage of Hurricane Beryl and will be fully furnished. Minister for Carriacou and Petty Martinique Affairs and Local Government, Tevin Andrews, extended appreciation to Hands That Serve for their contribution and noted that the government of Grenada, through the Ministry of Carriacou and Petty Martinique Affairs and Local Government, is providing material support for the restoration of roofs. Other housing support is being provided by, Other housing support is being provided through the project Build Back Better, with 10 such houses presently under construction. Minister Andrews said that other housing initiatives will soon be announced by government. Beryl, which hit Carriacou as a Category 4 hurricane, damaged more than 95% of buildings, flattening many homes and destroying much infrastructure. In international news, Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar has been killed in Gaza by Israeli forces. The discovery was made when troops appeared to have run across him unknowingly in a battle in Rafah, only to discover afterwards that a body in the rubble was that of Sinwar. Sinwar's body was identified by DNA. Comparing the feeling in the U.S. after the killing of al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, President Joe Biden said Sinwar's death is a good day for Israel, for the United States, and for the world, saying that he would talk with Netanyahu to discuss the pathway for bringing the hostages home to their families and for ending this war once and for all. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the soldiers and made clear that however big a victory, it was not the end of the war. Today, we made clear once again what happens to those who harm us. Today, we once again showed the world the victory of good over evil. Great challenges still lie ahead of us. We need endurance, unity, courage, and steadfastness. Together we will fight, and with God's help, together we will win, the Prime Minister said. Sinwar has been Hamas's top leader inside the Gaza Strip for years, closely connected to its military wing while dramatically building up his capabilities. He was promoted to Hamas's highest spot in July after his predecessor Ismail Haniyeh was killed in an apparent Israeli strike in Tehran. Israel says Sinwar, who topped Israel's most wanted list, was the key figure behind the October 7th attacks. And in sports, Vincentian table tennis player Sean Stanley has made it through to the finals of the Commonwealth Masters Table Tennis Championship in Barbados. Stanley managed to remain undefeated throughout the competition, winning all his games against Frederick Powlett, Corny Springer and Wayne Branch of Barbados, Anthony Forsyth of Grenada, and David Griffith of England. Stanley beat Forsyth 11-6, 11-5, and 11-7, and beat Griffith 11-5, 11-8, and 13-10 in yesterday's matches to qualify for the finals. Stanley, who is now in the finals, will take place in his matches on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. This has been WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. I have been your presenter, Dianna Cain. Join us at 3 o'clock as we bring to you WEFM's 3 p.m. news. Remember that WEFM's Midday News was brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Make home yours every day with Courts. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Get value for your money. Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Courts have it all.